Are we all just living inside a simulation? I mean, it's hard to say these days, but if we are, then hopefully it's a simulation as fun as these awesome simulation games, all of which are available now on Xbox Game Pass. There are two kinds of simulator games, ones that meticulously transfer the detail of the real-life experience into video game form, and ones that, don't. This is one of the former, and it's all about trains. Oh yes, stretchy long cars that just go where they're told. Who couldn't love them? Not the loyal fans of the Train Sim World series, that's for sure. Train Sim World 5 features 3 shiny new routes for players to ride along, with meticulously recreated lines in Los Angeles, London, and Frankfurt. Naturally, there's also a whole range of different trains to try out, from diesel-powered juggernauts to sleek modern locomotives. This is a game of real detail. It's not as simple as just holding down right trigger and hoping for the best. It's a whole manner of different brakes, acceleration, and emergency stops. There's even a conductor mode, which lets you leave the driving to someone else so that you can roam around inside, checking people's tickets, and enjoying that sweet rush of having a small amount of authority over a group of total strangers. Carrying on the theme of extremely true-to-life sims, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 features the most detailed and realistic Earth simulation the series has ever seen. And if you've seen the previous games, you know that is really saying something. While the planet is procedurally generated via all sorts of fancy photogrammetrical technology, the game also features a ton of lovingly handcrafted content with over 150 airports, 10,000 heliports, plus a huge variety of painstakingly recreated vehicles for you to pilot. And if you want to stretch your legs, you can now get out of the cockpit and stroll around too. Aerial firefighting, rally racing, photography challenges, and good old walking about. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 really has it all. So far, we've been a pilot, a train driver, and conductor. But what about a driver? Well, if you like big trucks and you cannot lie, boy does Saber Interactive have a game for you. Expeditions has you exploring a series of distinctive environments in the name of science. Expedition 33 doesn't appear though, but that is on Game Pass, just not an entirely realistic simulation of anything. But the important thing is that you'll be driving huge, big vehicles with massive wheels and great big engines and stuff. They're all realistically simulated too, so you'll have to plan your routes carefully, watch your fuels, and keep your car in good nick, otherwise you're likely to end up marooned in the middle of nowhere with no hope of rescue. Still, you have a really big truck though. Now, if you haven't experienced the simple zen-like pleasure of blasting dirt off a wall with a furious watery jet stream, then you need to play Powerwash Simulator. Whether you're carefully building your power washing company into a titan of the industry, or just splashing around in free play mode, Powerwash Simulator is just so very satisfying. And if you start now, you'll have the art of power washing down for when the sequel arrives later this year. But if you'd like a first-person scrubber with a bit more of an edge to it, Crime Scene Cleaner could be just the thing. As one of the mob's hired hand, you'll be tidying up the messes they've left behind, and let me tell you, these guys can be pretty messy. Then there's Spray Paint Simulator, which uses the same basic mechanics except with paint. Set up shop in a quiet town and get to work restoring surfaces, revitalizing buildings, and generally making the whole place look like Balamore. YOLO be damned! Game Pass members can simulate a whole other life with one of these delightful life sims. Stardew Valley is the granddaddy of chilled out, laid back life sims. Inherit your granddaddy's farm and restore it to its former glory while also finding time to cook, craft, fish, and perhaps even fall in love. But what if you could do your farming in space and with a big clunking mech? Well, Lightyear Frontier lets you reap what you sow in the far reaches of space. And you can even tag in a couple of buddies for some online co-op to help lighten the load. Or maybe you'd like to build a new life for yourself in Disney's very own Magic Kingdom. Create your very own Disneyfied avatar, dress them up, and deck out your house however you like. Then enjoy hanging out with everyone from Woody and Buzz to Pumbaa and Timon. Maybe don't go for dinner with the last two though. City Skylines is a city building sim, but not the sort where you can just slap down buildings all willy-nilly, no. It provides an incredibly deep and dynamic simulation where every choice you make matters. Tax revenues, traffic levels, education, air pollution, you'll have to think about all of these things and many more every time you lay down a new street or set up a new store. Because every city is a complex web where each choice ripples out across the whole thing. And if that sounds kind of stressful, that's because it is. But the good kind of stressful. You know, the fun kind of stressful. Woo! PC players can take their city building skills to the next level in City Skylines 2, which will also be coming to consoles in the near future. It's just a great time to be enthusiastic about urban planning. Now, if you're building your cities in City Skyline and think to yourself, what if this was more chillingly dystopian and hellish? Well, let me introduce you to Frostpunk. With the world frozen in a never-ending winter, you'll have to make some tough decisions if you want your community to survive. Build up your facilities, search the surrounding areas for resources, and do whatever it takes to keep the fires burning. PC Game Pass players can also check out the sequel, which makes things even more complicated by dividing your city into factions, each of whom hold a certain amount of political power. So you can't solve all your problems with child labor and autocracy this time around. Sorry. Galactic Air boldly takes hospital management sims where no hospital management sim has gone before. Outer space! The goal, as usual, is to build the best possible hospital that you can, designing the facilities, hiring consultants, and training your staff so that all of your patients feel adequately cared for. Except in Galactic Air, your patients often come with tentacles, extra arms, green skin, antenna, fur, and all sorts of other extremely specific medical needs. It makes the whole thing a lot more challenging, and that's before you even factor in the deep space prisons and cosmic music festivals that you'll be hired for. All in all, Galactic Air is not for the weak of heart, although it probably features a gizmo that can fix that. Oh, and by the way, Galactic Air, as well as Disney Dreamlight Valley, Lightyear Frontier, Powerwash Simulator, Crime Scene Cleaner, Spray Paint Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and Train Sim World 5 are all Xbox Play Anywhere games, which means your saves transfer across Xbox devices. So you can start your new career, whether it's cleaning murder scenes or taking to the skies on your Xbox console, and then pick it up again on your PC, mobile, via the cloud, Fire Stick, or even on your shiny new ROG Xbox Ally. Then there's the simiest sim games of all time, The Sims. The Sims 4 to be specific, and the EA Play edition of The Sims 4 to be even more specific. The game itself is now free to play, but PC Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate members get access to the souped up version, which throws in the Get to Work expansion, allowing your Sims to become doctors, detectives, and scientists. Or you can set up your own retail business, hawking everything from books to boutique clothing and raking in the simoleons. Fun fact, I have over 2,000 hours in The Sims 4, so who really knows if life is the simulation or if I'm living in the simulation of The Sims 4. Dag dag. Game Pass also lets you play The Sims 4 on your console, PC, or streamed onto any of your cloud-friendly devices, so you can really keep your Sims on that grind set. Now this is one of the most accurate, true-to-life simulators that there is, the undeniable GOAT. It's Goat Simulator 3, a sandbox simulator that revolves around the antics of a mischievous mammal and their rambunctious friends. Goat Simulator 3 lets players loose on an open world that's 18 times larger than the original game, which means that you can create 18 times as much havoc. And then, if you tag in 2 or 3 friends in local or online co-op, that's, well, I actually don't have a handle on the math there, but it's a whole lot of ghost-based destruction basically. There are more mini-games to play, more goats to play as, more non-goat animals to play as, and oh so much more! Have we left your favorite simulation game out? Make sure to let me know down in the comments and I'll be checking them out. See you next time. Bye!